Bourbon Barkeep, House Call Wednesday. I had to sneak this one under the gun, holding the baby, and it sneezes and coughs down my throat. And now I'm a little itchy. So we're gonna get this wrapped up right before this thing just overtakes my body. Stay tuned. Welcome back. This is a House Call Wednesday. House Call Wednesday, got some blind pours here. I don't know the label. I just hit a generator. It tells me a battle to pick. Pour them, score them, see what happens. This way we take any of the bias out. You know, is it Weller? Oh, we don't know. And then we find out. So let's get nose and we'll just watch, learn, see what happens. While this swirls around in my glass nice and pretty, and hopefully I don't slosh it all around. If you can just like and subscribe, that'd be great. We'll just move on from here. Apple, like an apple, cinnamon, nice caramel. There's a great sweetness to it. Then there's a tartness, like a green apple, but also there's a peanut in there. Yeah, I mean, there's just green apple, caramel with the fair peanuts. They just roll around on the stick. You're like, was this up to code? Did you store the apples at a decent temperature? When was the last time you washed your hands? Things like that. The more this kind of heats up in the hand, the more this nice mint and sweet tea comes out. Kind of brings you to just a Georgia porch in the summer. You're just, oh, Betsy. Something along those lines. I don't know who Betsy is. Could be your cow. Not sure. Let's palate. It's nice. Pretty sweet. Sweet tea continues for sure. And that is like a McDonald's sweet tea, to where they don't know how to measure cups. They just keep heaping cupfuls of white sugar in there. But it's definitely tea. There's gotta be some rice spice in there. Yeah, gotta be. It's either rye, like a nice clove, baking spice, apple continues, a lot of caramel. It's not bad. Not bad. Decent hug. A little drying on the tongue, but yeah, it's okay. All right. I was a little worried after we saw Betsy and what she was doing. So, all right. Sip 2. You try and dive a little more into sip 2, since sip 1, you're getting acclimated. You don't know what you're in for. Will you like it? Will you survive? Things like that. So let's see what sip 2 has, and we'll get some more. Sip 2. It's a little more aggressive. That mint oak started to kind of come out a little bit more. But man, it just absolutely zapped the middle of my tongue with pepper and dryness. And I don't know. I think I offended it, and I don't know what part they were offended by, but the amount of just sandpaper desert down the middle of my tongue. I mean, it's personal. That's for sure. It's fine. That sip 2 didn't. I was more excited about sip 1. Okay, I'm gonna let glass A calm down a little bit. Let's see what glass B has, and see if she's out to prove something. Nougat, still that caramel. This one maybe like a honey roasted peanut. I don't know if I'm still like at the fair, but that green apple still kind of comes out here. But I don't know. Maybe this is just too close. Let's move you away. No, she's there. This apple smells fresher, so maybe I'm a little bitter towards glass A now. So let's get this on the palate and see. Oh. Okay. Still just this caramel, green apple, honey roasted peanut, smoke coming through. tea. Oh man. Are we bleeding into each other? The nuttiness comes out a lot more on glass B. That honey roasted peanut is there even more so on that finish. Still, nice hug, feel it in the chest. Doesn't hang around on the tongue at all after what glass A just put me through. I don't know if I was hoping that it would just cleanse that Sahara desert down the middle of my throat or just be better. It just leaves. It just, hey, all right, that was fun. Thank you. But okay, well, sip 2, same rules apply. Sip 2 was better. It was nicer to me personally. It's fine. It's really spiky. Like it's still like this pepper cinnamon is in the mouth, and it is just with little tiny toothpicks just jamming away. It's not unbearable. It's just kind of annoying to a certain extent. I actually like the palate more on glass B. The finish is just really, really sharp on your tongue. What did I get into at this point? Heavy baking spice, a little more fruity, a little more sweet in terms of like a roundedness, which is kind of nice, whereas this overly sweet tea and honey and whatever else, this one at least has, I feel like, a little more going on to it. But overall, neither of these are awesome. So we'll revisit, we score, we let you know, and then you do what you want after that. The revisit, learned a couple things. Glass A, the nose was a little underrated. I actually really enjoyed smelling it, spending time with it, hanging out with it. And then I put it back on my tongue and I'm like, why do you do what you do? And then glass B was like, hey, I'm here. I'm wild and crazy. I'm all over the place. And I got knives. And I'm just everywhere, just jabbing you. Glass B sweeter, a little more approachable. And if you don't like being stabbed in the tongue multiple times, you would really like this. We get into scoring. We got some categories. I float up here. Pretty sure it's this side. Hope it's this side. I'm going to put it there when I'm editing. We also do bang for the buck. Once again, I don't know price yet. So we get to that hurdle. Sticking with senses, Class A, you start strong with the nose. Nose is, something, part of it, part of the senses. But the palate counts a lot. And when I look at what bucket to throw this into, it's so close to Pleasurable. If it didn't have this like wild drying aspect and barrel char, it would do better. But it does have that. So it's a 59. It is close to the good stuff, but ultimately outside of remembering potentially this bowling alley of dryness, that's about as memorable as what it could be right now. Glass B, on the other hand, didn't have a high bar to jump over, so that may influence the score. 63. It's just Pleasurable. If you like pain, maybe you would rate it higher. Not super into it. Tonight it's just minimal pleasure. That's all I got to say about that. Now, if you're new here, we got Google Forms, got the laptop, so I at least reveal price. So I look up the battle, reveal price. Here we are. Battle 6. Don't know if that was a bad omen or not, but we're in it now. Battle 6, got Glass A, $80. Poor thing. And Glass B, $45. Okay. Having these sharp edges on a $45 bottle is a little more justifiable than whatever happened to my face at, what'd I say, 80? No. Well, bang for the buck, just to explain the category, we'll just kind of breeze right through this. Bang for the buck goes 2 different ways, which kind of makes it a little more fun and a little more annoying for me as well. Did I get my, in this case, $80 worth? And would I pay above it? Or would I pay below it? Not knowing age, that doesn't really help because some of these, let's say Knob Creek 18, does it taste like 180? Can they justify the 180 price? A little bit in terms of, 18 years old. Come on. This one, I don't know, but I do know it's 80, and I didn't get that, nor would I pay above it. So we'll just go 43. I'm upset. Glass B, on the other hand, we said, I can't remember this, $45. There we are, $45. Assuming it's something I put into this glass, the sample, some are donated. $45, I feel better about wasting. That may be a little too harsh. It's fine. $45, that's kind of a budget nowadays. Not knowing what it is, 45, some sharp edges, but ultimately pretty smooth, pretty sweet, pretty approachable. We'll go 60, just even 60. Feel like I got my money's worth. I won't pay too much above it. A couple dollars. So we'll give a little credit there. But ultimately, it's, in terms of what's on the palate, it's probably priced right. We'll just go with that. Be nice. Now, big reveal to myself. Click this drop down. We got, all right, glass A, Baker's 7, the high rye, and Knob Creek Boo Rye, Burr Rye, whatever we're going with. 113 proof to 107 proof. I don't think I guessed any proof, but 113 seems high. It's a little smoother than that. Baker's 7 high rye. Why did they make that? Why did they do that? Yeah, that $80 price tag, that's tough. That's a tough one. Jim Beam, gotta figure that one out. All right, like, subscribe. Hopefully I saved you money, whether it's saving whatever 80 minus 45 is, or just saving you $125 plus tax. You're welcome. That's what we do here. Like, subscribe. Thank you again for joining, and hope you see me again